Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home. Welcome everybody to the Heal Your Hunger Show. So happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive. And I have a short and sweet message for you today about eating to please. It happens all the time for emotional eaters. We're going to dig into this and how to do it differently in this holiday season. And I'm really excited to record this live in the Secret Sauce group. If you're not a part of the Secret Sauce group, definitely join us. Go to Facebook, type in the Secret Sauce to End Emotional Eating, and we'll let you in, and we'd love to have you. Also, if you're not sure if you're an emotional eater, but you know you're a binge eater, you know that you go overboard now and then, take the quiz and find out if you're an emotional eater or a food addict or somewhere in between. You can take that personalized quiz and get your personalized score at healyourhunger.com. Go to healyourhunger.com, take the quiz. It's like a 3-minute quiz, but get your score, and then find out what next steps you need to take. Okay, on with the show. I have a message that is super timely for meals with holiday meals with family. So, listening to some of my clients on our group calls, I realize eating to please others is a thing. I didn't just realize this, but I'm reminded that eating to please others is a thing, and I want you to stop it. So here's the deal, and I'll just add some context to this. At holiday time, it's easy to think, oh, I have to eat Aunt Betty's pie because Aunt Betty is getting old and she's so proud of her pie, and wouldn't I just crush her if I didn't eat her pie? So we end up eating stuff we don't want to eat, or we do want to eat, but no, we won't feel good if we do eat it. And so we don't follow our heart. We don't follow what's best for us. We do what's best for somebody else, or what appeases somebody else. Now, if you've been here for any amount of time in the Secret Sauce group, if you've read my book, if you've watched my TEDx talk, if you're a client of mine right now, first of all, any of the above, say yes in the comments. So love to see you and say hello. But the point is, if you've been around in the Heal Your Hunger campus for any length of time, you know that one of the outstanding top premium traits of an emotional eater is people pleasing. Yes, we like to please others, and it gets us into trouble because we lose connection with who we are and what we need. And we're so focused outside of ourselves on what other people need, and then we give ourselves over to other people. And this is a huge problem. This is a big driver of emotional eating and binge eating. Okay? Give, care, take, answer other people's needs, be outward focused, have our radar out for anybody who has a need, and rush to the scene to take care of that need. Friends, when we do that, we lose connection with ourselves and with what we need. And I have to say, this has to stop. You have to pay attention to you first. You have to give to you first. Now, this could sound selfish, but it's not, because the fact is, when we take care of ourselves, when we put self-care first, we actually have more to give to other people. We have our stores of energy, our stores of relaxation, of creativity, of divine ideas are much greater when we've taken time for prayer, meditation, spiritual readings, writing, walks in the woods, on the beach, whatever restores your soul, whatever gives you a sense of wellness and connection and groundedness, that is only going to benefit everybody around you. But when you're first taking care of everybody around you, you don't build those stores, in which case, what does everybody around you get? They get a grumpy, tired, overextended, often bitchy, often low energy you. And that's not what you want. I know that's not what you want, because you want people to feel good about you. You want people to like you. Okay, we all do. It's natural. It's just that the people pleasing thing we take too far when we're not taking care of ourselves and taking care of others instead. And I promise you, you'll have more to give, not to overgive, but you'll have more to give to others when you tend to yourself first. Okay, when you put your own oxygen mask on first. It's a trite example or analogy, but it's sure a good one. You know, on the airplane, they tell you put your oxygen mask on first, so then you can take care of those who aren't as capable around you, like kids. All right, so put your oxygen mask on first, put self-care first, and bringing it back to the topic of food and eating other people's pie or meals, or, you know, even going to eat somewhere that other people have determined. Oftentimes, again, we don't tune in with ourselves, and we don't speak up with ourselves and speak up for ourselves and what we need. And we go along with what other people want. And this gets us into trouble, because then we aren't, you know, we aren't taking care of ourselves. We aren't getting the foods we need. We aren't eating at the places that serve us best, you know, or perhaps we're going to a party and we're just eating the stuff that's there that might not feel good to us in the long run. So what I want you to do is I want you to know that you deserve to set boundaries that you need to set. You deserve to say no, thank you to something that doesn't agree with you. And that's exactly what I say at times. If somebody's trying to push something on me, you know, people are funny. People are funny, and they often push food on us for their own needs, right? They need you to love their pie. They need you to want to eat their casserole. They need you to praise them for what they've done. So go ahead and praise them. Praise them, tell them they're amazing. What they've cooked up is amazing. But I've had enough, or there's some ingredients that don't agree with me, or I'm good, thanks. That's all you have to say. You don't have to go in this big, long explanation of, well, I'm on this plan and I'm doing 3-meal magic, and this, you know, I'm keto, or I have some gut issues. Like, you don't need to say any of that. You don't need to explain yourself. This is big for emotional eaters. We often think we have to explain ourselves, or we owe people an explanation. No, you don't. No, thank you is perfect. Or I'm good, or I'm full. I've had enough. See how simple it is? That's all you need to say. But really, no thank you is enough. So I just want you to practice that over the holidays. You know, stop eating for other people. If Jesus were coming to eat, I need to follow what works for me. I'd hang out with Jesus. I love the opportunity, but I'm still going to eat what works best for me. Okay. And I hope you get my point here. Don't eat for other people. Don't eat to please other people. You know, they don't need you to. Even so, here's the deal. As emotional eaters, we feel pressure. We feel like, oh, I'm going to displease this person if I say no. And I just want you to know, it's really, you don't need to do that. And even if they, let's say they are displeased, okay, if somebody is displeased with your saying no, that's their issue. If they care that much about you eating their pie to where they're hurt and like sulking, they got a problem. That's not your problem. That's their problem. You're not responsible for their feelings. And we love to be responsible for other people's feelings, don't we? Just take them on, try to fix them, contort ourselves to make other people happy. This is the old way. I want you to do it the new way. The new way is checking in with yourself and what you need, speaking up for yourself and what you need, saying no thank you when that serves you. Move through the uncomfortable feelings of somebody being displeased with you. Don't compromise yourself for anybody else. And do you. You do you. That's what I want for you this holiday season. Do you. People will get over their stuff, okay? They'll get over it. if they even care enough that they're having issues, let them have their feelings. You do you. And when you think everybody's looking at you or everybody's thinking about you while you're eating something different, while you're saying no thank you to whatever's going around, if people comment or you imagine they all care, people really don't care. Most people don't care unless they got their own issues, and let them have their issues. But usually people aren't looking at you. They don't even notice. They don't even care. Emerson said, you wouldn't be so concerned about what other people thought of you if you realized how seldom they do. So don't eat for other people. Don't compromise yourself. Don't eat to please unless it's pleasing yourself. You know, one of the most important feelings in my experience is waking up in the morning and feeling good about what you ate the night before, you know, or the day before, you know, waking up hungry for breakfast. To me, it's a delicious feeling, because too many times I binged in the night and I woke up in the next morning and remembered that binge and felt awful, hungover. I was a binge eater. I could pack away 3,000 calories in a sitting. I mean, a severe binge eater, friends. And waking up the next morning after a late night binge is one of the most horrifying, demoralizing, heartbreaking feelings I would feel, not to mention physically uncomfortable. And I don't want to ever experience that again. So I don't want to eat for other people, because it can lead me down the wrong path, lead me down the rabbit hole of binge eating. You know, there's so many things going on. When I try to please somebody else and I don't listen to what I need, I'm basically betraying myself. And as emotional eaters, we do that a lot. We do it often. We've done it for decades, since we were kids, and it has to stop. You've got to listen to yourself. You have to be your best advocate. I did a podcast on that recently. I hope you're subscribing to my podcast, because there's a lot more resource there for you, you know, ideas, pep talks, other things, many of which are recorded here. But for more, definitely subscribe to the Heal Your Hunger show on iTunes or Stitcher or Amazon, so you can get that reinforcement as well. But I just want to share this message here. You deserve to put you first. You deserve to make decisions that serve you and your health. Okay. It's a pep talk. Okay. Just touch and base with a little reminder. I think we all need that reminder, because we all get up against somebody else's will and agenda for us, especially at holiday time. And you can be kind, you can be loving and direct. You know, you can compliment somebody who's put a lot of work into some dish, say, it looks wonderful. Thank you. I'm sure you worked really hard. It doesn't agree with me, or I'm full. I'm good. Thank you anyway. Just kind and direct. Do that for you. Okay. Let this be the holiday season where you're sweet to you, and everybody else gets the benefit of that, because when you feel good about your food choices, you know, everybody feels it. And when you don't feel good about your food choices, conversely, people feel it, right? They don't get the best version of us when we're trashing our bodies and eating crap. You know, our energy's down, we feel bad, we're pissed at ourselves, we got a whole negative chatter going on. Nobody's getting the best version of us then. So put you first and everybody will benefit. That's my message. Please comment below if you have any tips along these lines around family and holidays and putting you first. Love to hear it. Love to comment back. Love you. Happy holidays.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.